Hi guys, welcome back to the Talking Rangers YouTube channel. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Albert Adomah for a very special Q&A. Thank you for Albert for joining me, or should I say Unks. Thank you for everybody as well for jumping in the stream. Make sure you check your questions down in the comments section. I'll be getting through the questions that all you guys sent in before the stream, and then we'll be answering a couple of those once we get round to them. So, well, thank you very much for joining me. Special QPR's number 37, Albert Adomah. How are we keeping?
I'm keeping well. Thanks for having me, first of all. I'm keeping well. I know it's tough during this pandemic, but it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, very well. Very much appreciate it. So thank you everybody in the stream already. Go down there, drop a like on the stream. Helps out the channel massively. So yeah, we'll get it kick-started. What have you thought of QPR's sort of current form at the moment? We'll go topical. Obviously, the 1-0 disappointing defeat to Derby, but 2 good wins behind that. What have you made of the little resurgence in form lately?
Well, at the moment, we're doing okay, and I know obviously me being a supporter, I try to take that aside. I'm looking at it as a player's perspective. At the moment, we're doing okay. It's a shame that we lost against Derby. We know we weren't up the races. They deserve to win, and everyone knows that. But we just have to wait for the next game to come and hopefully put that right. But of late, we've been doing well. We beat Cardiff, and we just need to get that run back, winning games and just a good feel factor. I think if we win games, then we sort of believe in ourselves more that we can win the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's been a real resurgence in confidence, definitely starting off with the Luton game, and then we saw back-to-back wins. I think we definitely deserve something against Derby. What are your kind of thoughts going into the Watford game? Are you going to try and put it right against the Hornets away?
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the Championship. There's always another game around the corner, especially when you face a defeat. You want to put it right. And I'm sure all the players, plus the staff, we all want to put the next game right. We want to win the next game. And we played them already this season, and it was a tough game, but we actually deserve to win that game. And when you look at Watford, they just got relegated from the Premiership, and they still have the Premiership players. But if we can still fight with them, we know on the day we can beat them.
Spot on. It must feel weird this week having no midweek fixture. It's for the first time in months.
Oh, it's about time that we had a break.
Right, well, no worries. Let's get on some of the questions that you guys have been sending in. Thank you, everyone who's getting your questions in already and bringing up to the channel. So we got the first one from Abram8. Why did you start supporting QPR?
Why did I start supporting QPR? Well, first and foremost, I'll be honest with you. I still support Man United. I still support Man United because that's a typical London boy supporting a northern team, basically.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. So when I was young, I looked for the team that was winning everything. Glory Hunter. So obviously they're winning the treble, so I started following them. But once I moved to QPR, once I moved to West London, Shepherd's Bush, I thought I support a local team because my brother, funny enough, supported Chelsea, so I couldn't support the same. There you go. So I couldn't support.
Come on, you're killing me.
That's what I mean. I couldn't support them, so I had to look for a local team. It could have been Fulham, it could have been Brentford, but I think Y City, Shepherd's Bush, and obviously red and blue, red and white. Red and white. So I had to go for QPR, and that's the reason behind it. And I used to play football around the corner. I know now it's called the Power League, but it used to be the rubber. The AstroTurf, big 11-a-side pitch. And I used to go past Loftus Road at the time, all the time. And I thought one day maybe I might play for this team. If I support them, I might play for them.
Well, I must say you've made the right choice. We'll move on to a question from C-Tux. Who was your favourite QPR playing growing up and why? P.S. Thanks for coming home.
What's strange? I never really had a favourite QPR player because I started supporting QPR from the age of, say, 15, 16. So say the early 2003-04 season. And the player that I used to look up to because he's a fellow Ghanaian man, Patrick Adomah, and he's
Adomah. Oh, what a player.
He's from Ghana, so obviously I took to him because he's from Ghana. And obviously I like Paul Furlong when he joined Barnet. He sort of made me, I sort of liked him because he's a striker scoring goals at the time. But I think during the time, obviously, because I've been playing and supporting the team, but my players, Ebbs and Tarat, But I'll say Ebbs is my favorite player, like current player, and obviously he left and moved on.
Yeah.
So I need to search.
Let's not touch for that. So it's a touchy subject, that one.
Yeah. So for me, like I'll say Ebbs is my favorite player. You know, like recent current player, or Adele. You know, that's the two that I look up and say yes, modern day players. Them two, hands down, are the best for me in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I know some QPR supporters will probably go for a defender, you know, but for me, it's not that. It's not that. You know?
Fair enough. Can't disagree with you there. We've got a question from latest QPR. Who's your favorite ever QPR manager?
You know what? Because I'm still young, I'm not an old school. I'm not old school supporter, so I'll go. It's between Holloway and Warnock, so it's between them two.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. You know, it's between them two. You know.
Yeah, no, they're my two favorite as well. So completely agree with that. Completely agree. They're two special managers that hold two different times. That side with Warnock were phenomenal, and Holloway.
That's what I mean. You got promotion. You can't take that away from them. I know probably older QPR supporters probably go for the old school managers, but for me, it's between them two, Warnock and Holloway. I'll be honest with you.
So if you had to pick one of those two to play under, who would you go for? Who'd get the most out of Unks? Who do you reckon?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. If I'm playing, I wouldn't mind either, but I'll say Warnock. There's a reason behind that.
Go for it.
Holloway didn't want me when he was at Blackpool.
Oh, it's all coming up now.
Yeah, he said I wasn't worth $500,000, so I'll say Warnock.
Oh my God! Right, fair enough.
Out now. I'm saving
it's all coming out.
I'm saving that for my book.
Yeah, Daily Mail breaking news tomorrow.
Oh, that's funny.
Right, okay. Next one, we've got Edward 3185. What's been your favourite moment as a QPR fan?
I'll say one of the promotion campaign at Wembley. I think I always say recent. There's no point going old school like Bobby Zamora scoring at Wembley. That's one thing that always sticks in my mind.
Were you at the game?
You know? I wasn't. Funny enough, I wasn't at the game because I think I had a call up for the national team. So
okay, I guess we can probably let you off of that, I'd say.
Yeah, so that's the only downside to it, you know. But yeah, I watched the highlights, and obviously it was televised everywhere because May time is always televised, playoff final. So I say for me, that's the current sort of like moment that I can think of. Just Bobby Zamora scoring at Wembley, that's the one. And I wish that I actually got his top. That's one player I didn't get his top. Him and Adele, I didn't get their tops, which I'm still stabbing myself.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. What have we got? Coming on to that, actually, you've come into my next question quite nicely. We've got from P-Box Gods. What's your favourite ever QPR shirt?
The favourite one, it's a hard one because I think the first one that I ever got, I'm just trying to think. My friend actually got it for me. I'm actually trying to think. They all got the panda at the front, innit? So I'm just trying to think which one. I'll say.
Well, we know you got a nice collection, all those little nice.
I've got a collection.
Yeah.
To be fair, you know what? I'll be honest. Just the one that we played against Cardiff with, I think that's nice. The red and white one, half and half.
Oh, the split. Yeah.
I think I'll go for that. No point me going for obviously blue and white. So I'll go for the red. I'll be different. I'll go for the red.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's just touch on it now while we're talking about all the QPR shirts on Instagram and Twitter. You had the whole of QPR social media on absolute strings when the transfer was rumoured. You were playing straight into our hands, honestly.
I'll be honest with you. I knew that time was coming, so I had to. You know what I do on my social media? I do a lot of skills on my social media, so I knew that was the time just to tease.
Little tease,
I knew that move was coming, so I just teasing people. That's why I just rocking my QPR shirt every day, doing skills in it like non-stop. But usually I do skills in other tops, but I just thought on that occasion I just do skills on my QPR top for a whole week. I think I done it for. Oh
no, we all know about it. They were shared everywhere. But...
I think what? I think that probably got me the move as well.
Yeah, I think we were actually talking about this on Twitter. Do you reckon it actually had a factor? Do you reckon it had a factor?
No. I'll be honest with you. I knew it was going to happen. That's why I just thought this is the week that I'm just going to rock my QPR shirt and do my skills that I enjoy doing. my QPR shirt.
No, fair play as well. Over the years as well, we've seen many photographs of you outside the club shop getting your Adomah 37. You've been caught a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I got my shirt a few times. Obviously, I come a bit disguised. No one knew me at the time, but I just go and get my shirt, and sometimes I take a picture. I think one time I was playing for Middlesbrough when QPR got promotion to the Premiership, so I got my Unc's 27 shirt at the time because that was my number.
Yeah.
So I got a shirt, posted it outside, and then I went up with my wife to Middlesbrough. And then we went. I took my wife to KFC. By the way, what a place to take my wife!
Yeah, someone just said you were caught in KFC.
Yeah, so I bought her food at KFC, and then obviously someone snapped a picture of my QPR top. And next minute, it's like, well, Adomah wants to move to QPR. Well, they weren't wrong. I wanted to move to QPR, but obviously that was my team. So yeah.
Oh, well, many things. Albert Adomah does know how to treat his woman as well. So yeah,
it's an amazing place. KFC, you can't go wrong. Cheap and cheerful.
Can't go wrong. A little snack box, does the job.
There you go.
Right, we're moving on. We've got a question from Sam Graffs. What was your thoughts when you got the opportunity to join QPR?
What's my thoughts? I mean, it was no brainer. I knew it was going to happen at the time. So for me, it's like sort of a dream come true. I would say dream. I didn't dream about it, but in football terms, it's like dream come true. Like I said in the past, when I was walking past the stadium at the time, Loftus Road, I wanted to play in that stadium. That's one thing. I said, you know what? It's a nice football stadium, because at the time I never played for a professional club or academy. So I just thought, you know what, it'd be nice to play in a professional stadium. And obviously it happened to be QPR, and I thought it would be amazing to play there. And obviously before I signed for QPR, I played against QPR. So that was like another feeling in itself. Playing against a team that you support was unbelievable. And for this to happen, it was like, wow. That was my expression. Like, it's just surreal. It's just amazing. And every time it was supposed to happen as well, it's like a little hindrance. It never happened. When I was at not even Villa, before that, when I was at Middlesbrough, I thought it was going to happen. This like nearly 8 years ago. It nearly happened every transfer window, but just little hindrance. It never happened. I went Villa, even nearly happened. And it never happened. I thought, oh, that's my opportunity gone. And the only thing, if I wish that this move actually happened earlier on in my career, that would have been even better for me. That's how I see it,
Yeah. But Holloway kind of didn't fancy it, did he?
No, forget Holloway. It would have been worn up.
So what was it like? So who was it? Your agent that first notified you about the interest, or how did it kind of come about, that first sort of?
I think
contact.
Well, just last season I was at Forest, so I went on loan to Cardiff. I played every game for Cardiff, and Forest didn't want me. So when I went back to Forest, I terminated my contract. And before I terminated my contract, my agent rang me and said, guess what, Albert? I'm like, what is it? This team wants you. So for me, automatically, I thought it was Cardiff, because I just went on loan there, played every game, done well. So I thought maybe Neil Harris want me back. So I said, oh yeah, it's Cardiff, yeah. Let's just make it happen. Listen, no. Guess who rang me? I'm like, who then? Les. I'm like, so why didn't you just tell me it's QPR from the beginning? Instead of just saying, oh, guess who wants you? Just say it's QPR. I said, look, just make it happen. That's what I told my agent. Look, I didn't even think about figures or anything. Sometimes players think, I want this. And I went, look, make it happen. And because I knew I wanted it to happen. Like I said, if it happened earlier in my career, I think that would have been the best thing. But obviously, it's later on in my career. But it's still an amazing feeling.
No, definitely. It's great. It's great to have you come home. What did you do? Put the phone down, ran into your living room, got your QPR top on, started the QPR Ps, and got us on strings.
Listen, my heart was like this. I just couldn't wait, And obviously, to confirm it, when Les rang me, I'm like, yes, this is going to happen. And then straight after, I think Mark Warburton, the gaffer, rang me and he said, Albert, guess what? Welcome to the club. At the time, I haven't even signed. And this the manager saying, Albert, usually I take players around, but welcome to the club. And I said, my wife was next to me at the time. So I said to her, what should I say? So, oh, thank you, gaffer. Thank you, gaffer, So, yeah. And then from there, that was it. That was it.
No, fair enough. Right, we'll get on to the next one. What is the, which are from Jones Legend 4. What is it like playing for the team you support?
It's weird, I'll be honest with you. It's very strange, but I think that's it's my industry. That's my work. That's my career, And for me, when I'm playing, I'm not thinking I support the team. It's only when the result come, that's where it's like a wake-up call, thinking, whoa, we just lost the game. It's like I want to curse the players, but deep down, that means I have to curse. That means I have to curse myself, But
Yeah.
obviously, when the result goes the right way, it's just amazing feeling, amazing. So I have to be professional. I have to be like a player. I'm not thinking, yeah, this is my team. Everything's gonna go my way. It's more like just be professional and just deal with it.
Yeah, no, spot on. Coming just touching upon that from GH1_07. What's the hardest part of being at QPR? I was thinking, if I was to play at QPR, does it put you more at ease knowing that you can actually influence your team's results, or is it harder because you got the emotional attachment to that as well? What's the kind of the feeling with that?
I mean, the feeling is that, like I said, I have to be professional. I'm not thinking I'm a supporter and I'm playing for the team that I love. It's more like I'm a football player.
Yeah.
And that's the first and foremost. And then after that, I can sort of look at myself.
You kind of put the two aside for the 90 minutes.
I have to put the two aside for the 90 minutes. Like I said, after the game, that's where I can sort of say, well, the team didn't do well. And then I can be like a supporter, say, oh, this player's rubbish. Not that I want to say my teammates are rubbish, but that's the supporter coming out of me. Even if I don't play well, I say, well, I'm not good enough. Same way as the supporters will judge me. Say, well, Adomah is not good. His touches are rubbish. Same thing. I'll judge my own teammates, but they wouldn't know this. So that's the difference. I have to be professional and be supporter after the game, not during the game.
Yeah. No. Completely agree. We've got from Cam Kirk. Who's the best player you've ever played against?
What, a QPR player that I played against, or in general?
I think it's just career, but you can go QPR, or when you played against QPR, you can kind of take it how you will.
I mean, it's a difficult one, but I'll say one player that I played against that gave me not even nightmares. Basically, he took me the opposite way. Was Walker.
Walker.
Yeah, he was on loan at obviously QPR, and I think at the time I was at Middlesbrough, and I thought it was going to be not easy game. At the time, I was quite hot. I was on fire. I thought, yeah, it's just another youngster, but he was just running me ragged. Basically, I think that game I only had one attack, and that was it. And the rest, he was just attacking me. A defender was just attacking. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it.
Well, yeah, he gone on to do big things in his career.
Yeah, there you go. And even Chilwell. I don't know if you can hear me. Chilwell at
Chilwell,
Chelsea, at Chelsea now. Left back.
Yeah.
I think he's on loan from Leicester to Huddersfield. And I'll be honest, he had me in his pocket. I'll be honest.
At least you can admit it.
Yeah,
there are two players that got on to do big things, so there's no shame in that.
And at the time, I think he was only 18 as well. I couldn't believe. I'm like, wow, this kid is good. And now look at him. England's left back and Chelsea. So yeah, there you go. And Walker as well, Man City, England. There you go.
There we go. I just want to say thank you to everybody getting all your comments in the comment section. Don't worry, we'll get through these questions and then we'll get on to a couple of those as well. So make sure you stick around. We'll get on to some of those at the end. So just bear with me. We've got next one. Sam Hardman 8. Good question, this one. What was it like scoring against the team you support? Because Villa, I remember you scored against us. Still keeps me up at night.
Listen, this is the strangest feeling because I think before I scored, I missed a chance. And supporters being supporters, they gave me a little bit of a stick. So I thought, what happens if I actually score a goal? What do I do? Do I celebrate or should I just keep it composed? So obviously we got a penalty. And at the time I was the penalty taker. So we won a penalty. I scored to equalize. And I thought to myself, no, I can't do this to myself because this is the team, because I want to play for them one day. So something inside me just thought, what, Unks, you can't celebrate. Just keep your calm, score, and just turn around and let's move on. And when I scored the pen, I thought, what, I'll just turn around and that was it. And then obviously I scored a second goal, same thing. Because usually I do my little dance, So I thought, should I do it? And I thought, I can't do that to myself. So yeah, that's the reason why, And
but in hindsight, it's probably a good thing you didn't win it because
it's a good thing. I'll probably get stick for it.
Well, you're coming on to a burning question. I keep on seeing. I keep on getting sent in. Why? Where did Unks come about? Where did this nickname come from?
Albert is an old-fashioned name, and people always say associate Albert with uncle, Albert, and also Only Fools and Horses, Uncle Albert.
Yeah.
So it comes from there. And obviously the way I act sometimes, people look at me and say, oh, look at this uncle, so basically I'm a bit old fashioned. So that's why they call me Uncle Albert. So I shorten it to Unks.
Yeah.
Especially when I went in Cardiff, that's when they put the S at the end, Unks. So
yeah,
there you go.
Oh, last you satisfied everyone there. There's a burning question to answer to that one. We've got Dazza QPR FC. If you could sign any player for QPR, past or present, who would it be?
Past or present, Ebbs. Yeah, I'd love to play with him. It's a shame that I missed him. It's a shame. Yeah, it's just and Adele as well.
Yeah,
it's a shame that I missed both of them.
Yeah. Well, never mind. Hopefully, who knows? Maybe Ebbs could do a career cycle and come back at the end of his career. That would be nice. But
yeah, that would be nice if I'm still playing.
Keep the faith. Keep the faith. We got a question from Thomas Hurst. What has been your proudest moment in your career so far, and why?
I mean, the proudest moment in my career, I'll be honest with you, is it's strange. When I told people this, they're like, what do you mean? It's actually signing a professional contract for Barnet. Playing non-league football, like I said before, I never played academy football.
Yeah.
So I think Barnet to give me the opportunity to be professional, because I actually turned down Dagenham and Redbridge before I joined Barnet, and for them to give me that opportunity, I'll never forget that moment, because if it wasn't for Barnet, I'll never move up, and that's one thing. And then I could say my first promotion, with Middlesbrough, reaching the promised land. But I say my first professional contract signing for Barnet.
Yeah, I can imagine that was an immense feeling. Definitely. We got Jonathan Daniel, best player you've ever played with.
Best player I ever played with.
You can't say Eze for this one either.
You know what? This one's always a difficult one because I always get asked this question. I'm still playing, so I'm always finding new better, because there's players that I can name, but I think it's not fair if I just say one player. There's so many players, especially like national team. I played with players, like Kodjo Asamoah. He's been playing for Juventus for years. Asamoah Gyan, one of our best strikers, the national team, and even Andre Ayew. He plays for Swansea at the moment. One of the best number 10s I played with. And it's a difficult one. Yannick Balassi, my friend that I played with at Barnet. Bristol City. Even Snodgrass at Aston Villa. That's one person I'll never forget, because he set me up 7 goals the season that I scored like 16 goals. He set me up, so I'll never forget him.
Yeah, he's got cracking left foot.
He's not probably watching this, but please, people, if you see Snodgrass, just say thank you for me, because he made me score a lot of goals. So I say Snodgrass, Jack Grealish. There's so many players, so it's not fair. And even like at this moment in time, Elias Chair's up there. Even our keeper Zenny, he's up there. Usually I go for outfield players, but Zenny's one of the best keepers I've played with as well. So it's a difficult one. I'm still playing. Maybe when I retire and I look back and I think, oh, who gave me the most assists? Usually I can. So Snodgrass is edging it at the moment, believe it or not. Come on, Lily. Pull your weight.
yeah. All right, then we've got a question from Frankie Bernard. How much different is it to play with no fans?
Oh, it's very strange playing without no fans, and it was an amazing feeling. Even when the 2,000 supporters came in, it was an amazing feeling. But with our supporters, it's not the same. But the only downfall is it's not giving it the energy, for the players. Because sometimes I believe that helps, especially when you hear supporters sing your name, it gives you that edge, thinking, you know what, they show me love, so I want to show something so you can appreciate, where when you're not there, sort of like, you're just going through emotions. If something happens, it happens. That's what it feels like at the moment without the supporter. And sometimes, yes, supporters will boo, but they're booing for a reason. So it's to get your act right, basically. That's how it is.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see, because especially for QPR fans, that you've been rumored to come back. A QPR fan, Charlie Austin, you know how much he holds the hearts of QPR fans. It would be immense, Adomah and Charlie Austin back at QPR. But sadly, at the moment, the QPR fans can't get behind them. But you all know that we're supporting you very strongly from behind our TVs.
Yeah, it'll be amazing, when they all come back
Hopefully
full house.
sometime soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be amazing feeling. I can't wait for that moment as well.
Yeah, gonna be special. Gonna be special. We got a question from Tyler11G. Who is the funniest QPR player?
The funniest QPR. I mean, everyone's got a different sense of humor, nowadays.
Yeah.
Before they used to call it banter, but now I think it's beyond banter. So I think everyone's different in a way. You could call it stupid banter, you could call it clever banter. So that's what I mean. So I think it's everyone each to their own, depending how they approach things. So I say, even like Charlie's got his banter, even Captain America got his banter, and then even Ilias Chair got his own little banter, even Chris Willett, Dominic, everyone's got their own unique banter, I think it's at the time, if you find it funny, you sort of laugh, even TK. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but I think everyone's got a different one.
Yeah, maybe Uncle Adomah is a bit too mature for some of the younger players.
I think I'm too mature. I'm an old one. Yeah.
Who's the class clown? Who's the sort of the always playing the pranks and joking about?
There's certain individuals, but I can't bait them out. I'm not a snitch.
Oh, come on. You're not sitting on the fence for that one.
I can't do that. I can't do that because then I might get set up. I don't want to be set up, you see. So yeah, I can't snitch on them. I'll be honest with you. There's a few corporates though, but I can't snitch on them.
Well, I'll let you off this once.
Thank you.
Right, so we'll have to see what you're going to say for this one, because if that's the stance you're taking, we've got a question from Alfred Lowen. Who has the worst style? Come on, you've got to bait someone out, chuck someone under the bus.
What you mean, the dress sense style?
Yeah, dress sense, yeah.
Ooh. Well, it depends. Well, the other day, someone came in all red. It wasn't Christmas, so I'll give it to Chaz.
Yeah,
he come in all red shoes, red trousers, red hoodie, red hat.
Oh,
even
no.
Even his watch was red. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I'll give it to him.
Okay, right, yep. Well, so look, Isaac Ozak, fastest and slowest player at QPR.
Fastest? Well, Brighty, I think, was the fastest, but obviously...
All right, come on, that's a touchy subject. No.
Don't skip it. Come on. You have to be honest. He's been great.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
He deserves his move, But I'll say Brighty was the fastest, but he's gone now. So I think right now, I love to say myself, but that's not the truth because I'm old now, I feel that I'm slow now. But
Uncle Albert.
I'll say the fastest. I think it might be Nico, Believe it or not, I think Nico might be the fastest. He'd be up there. Yeah,
Right,
Nico.
okay.
Yeah, Nico.
Wouldn't have thought that myself.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think because he's young and athletic, energetic. Yeah. So I think he'd be up there. Definitely Nico.
Okay, what about slowest then?
Slowest. Oh, you want me to hot people up now?
Yeah, come on.
All right, slowest. I'll put myself in there.
No. No, we're not having that. We're not having that.
But you know what? Slowest, I'll go for maybe. I'll go for a defender then. Because I'll go for a defender. Maybe I'll say maybe Johan or Lee Wallace. Yeah, I'll go for a defender. Yeah,
all right. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. We're not having you down for that. Right, we've got the last one for these questions, and we get on to some of the questions in the comment section. So chuck them in there. It's a question from NJWFC. Would you let, talking Rangers, obviously myself, pick your celebration for your first QPR goal?
Would I let who pick their celebration?
Would you let me pick your celebration for your first QPR goal?
Would that? Oh, no. I actually got a special well, not even a special. It's a tribute. My first goal would be a tribute.
Okay, yeah.
To someone, close friend of mine. I want to dance.
That takes priority.
Yeah, so I think that'll be because I love to jump up for joy and everything, but I think it'll be a tribute to one of my friends that passed away during the pandemic. So and he used to be a QPR supporter, so I think it'll go to him.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, sounds like a great cause, great idea. Well, I look forward to hopefully you can get that first goal and play that tribute. That sounds very touching.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so get your comments in the comments section, and then we'll fire away with those. Let's have a look what we've got. What's it like playing with Charlie Austin, considering you're a QPR fan yourself? That's from Alfie06. What's the sort of impact he's made coming back from QPR? Because QPR fans have seen that on and off the pitch, the impact he's had.
Well, Chaz, he's been scoring goals for QPR, So him coming back was good, good signing. Obviously for us supporters, it's amazing signing because he's a proven goal scorer.
Yeah.
Especially in the championship, he scores. I think he nearly scored about 50 goals for QPR. I might be wrong.
49. 49.
There you go. See, so 49. So it's a lot of goals. And even when he came back, he scored in his debut, which is a great feeling for a striker. So when you score a goal, you get confident. And I believe he scored more goals. And even his character in the change room, everything. It's just amazing, and I think the lads or the boys bounce off him, which is amazing, and we can't wait for him to actually score more goals. And I actually can't wait to play with him on the same team, hopefully provide for him to score more goals.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. What about, got a question from Freddie Braden, worst and best music taste and strongest and weakest player? Who's the sort of the DJ in the dressing room?
The DJ, sometimes Ilias Chair.
Right.
His music, I don't know. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's just with and Dominic as well. Dominic
Ball, yeah.
Yeah, Dom Ball, him as well. To be fair, when Dom has been playing his music, we've been winning, so maybe he should bring his music back.
Yeah,
So,
he's got to be nominated DJ from now on.
Yeah, so we need to get Dom back on the desk. So hopefully when he plays his music, we can win more games.
Yeah, sounds good. Question from Jamie Smith: can you ask Lyndon to get a blue and white haircut? He's always got the motley colour. Need to get him that blue and white trim.
I think he trimmed his hair off, so I'm not sure if he can actually dye it.
Has he trimmed it all off again?
I think it's low, so I don't know. But I can ask him. Put
a question in. Do you ever fancy dyeing yours blue and white? What do you reckon?
Well, my hair's going, so I don't know. I don't know about that one.
A question from Harry here. Do you see yourself as a leader in the changing room because of your experience?
I mean, do I see myself as a leader? I think every player could be a leader. And I think maybe because I'm experienced, people might look up to me in that aspect of me being a leader. But I wouldn't say, I'm a captain. I guide everyone this way and that. But it's just more because I'm experienced. So maybe some of the younger players might look up to me or they might ask questions that they need guidance to, and that's how I see myself,
Yeah, it's very important for sort of the younger side we have at the moment. So I'm sure you're experiencing kind of the kind of things you do on and off the pitch is leading as a great role model. We've got Alfio 6. Who's your best mate at QPR?
Who's my best mate at the QPR? Because I'm still new to the club, so I wouldn't say I've got best mate. Because in work, this is football, but it's at the same time my job. So I say that all my colleagues, so you have to get on with all your colleagues. Otherwise, if you don't get on with them, then it's not a right place of work. So for me, I think everyone is my friend, if you want to put it that way. So it's all my colleagues, I get on with everyone, and I'm still new to the club. Maybe during the course, when I'm here longer, maybe I might bond with someone closer, especially like some of the new signing like Chris Wallock and obviously Mac. We sort of sit together in the changing room, so we sort of communicate more. But at the same time, everyone is a good friend of mine at the moment.
Yeah, no, very good. We've got Lyndon Dykes or Rob Dickey in a fight. Who wins?
Oh, the battle of the giant Goliaths. I think I'll give it to Dickey because he's got the body weight, maybe a bit stronger. Maybe I think I'll give it to him there. I think I'll give it to Dickey because he's got a heavyweight. He's a defender as well, so maybe he might sort of slide tackle and then give it to him.
Come out on top. Yeah. We got Freddie coming in as well. What advice would you give to someone who's not scouted and is playing at a low level of football at the age of 11? Obviously, coming from a similar background to yourself, it would seem.
What advice would I give to someone that's playing at a low level of football that's not scouted? For me, if you're playing, I've got children now, so it's different. If you're under the age of 11, I think you're playing for fun. That's what I always say. When you're on your team, that's where it's more like serious. But you just have to work hard. The main thing is work hard. If you work hard, then you can succeed. Sometimes there might be obstacles where you have to come across. But even if you get knocked down, you lift yourself up and work hard, and you never know, someone might be watching. And sometimes I always say this, even when players come and watch someone that's on fire, maybe they're watching you. So always try your best, not thinking maybe your teammate is going to get a move. There's scouts there for him, you still work hard, because maybe that scout might change his mind. He might see a different kind of talent at the time.
Now, if you could give one little bit of advice, what would you
Yes.
say to someone that's trying to break into an academy, and what sort of something that you found in your career that you'd like to pass on to somebody else, another younger player?
I mean, it's just to work hard. I'll be honest with you, because even before I joined Barnet, I was playing semi-professional football. You know, I wasn't professional. You know, I was working. You know, and then obviously training part-time, same Tuesday, Thursday, and play Saturday. It's just working hard. You know, that's one thing else. You have to stay focused. Yeah, it's just in any aspect of life. If you want to succeed, if you want to achieve something, or ambition, if you want to achieve something like that, you have to be just determined, stay focused, and work hard. You know, don't be sidetracked. Sometimes it might be, for example, it might be your friend that might lead you astray. So sometimes you have to be mentally strong, you know, staying focused and thinking, no, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to do. If it's training every Thursday or every Friday, you make sure you commit to that.
Stick with it. Well, there you go. You heard it there first. Albert Adomah. That is how you get on and progress your career.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Any last questions for Unks? Get them in now before we call it a wrap.
Yeah, keep on. Yeah, any more questions, guys? I'm just telling you.
A good one here from Ben Garrett. Biggest role model in your life? Who's been
biggest
role
model. For me, I'll say like my brother, because he's the one that sort of guided me, you know, because where I grew up, West London, was quite difficult. You could have been easily influenced through the gang, you know, maybe selling drugs and things like that. So my elder brother always guided me, say, look, just stay away from this. Make sure you play football in a cage. And I think he sort of led me that way, you know. Like I said, if you get sidetracked, that could sort of hold you back. So I think like having my older brother sort of helped in a way. You know, like if you have a sibling, you always want to follow their footsteps. You know, even if they're doing something wrong, you think that's right in your eyes. You just want to follow them. But my brother knew right from wrong. So he sort of guided me. So I say like my brother. So yeah.
No. Yeah, sounds like a good role model. So what about some future ambitions with the club? Coaching? Would you like to go into coaching after your playing career, or what have you got sort of lined up?
Future ambition with the club. I mean, I don't know, obviously, if I'll be still here for years, but hopefully if I finish my career at QPR, that would be amazing. But I've been doing my badges, you know, I've done my E and my B badges, so that's done. I've done part of the A. I've just started part of the A, so hopefully if I can complete that, then I'm sure I can still go straight into coaching after football if I choose to go in that path. So yeah.
Just coming on that, you know, you're saying there you worked part-time when you were playing at Barnet. What did you do as a job then before football?
I was doing because I was doing apprenticeship, because I was doing college painting and decorating.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I was doing. So when I enrolled as an apprentice, I was doing that, say, from 8 in the morning till 5. But obviously when I had training, I had to ask my manager for permission if I can go training on a Tuesday early, leave early and go training. Yeah. So yeah, doing painting and decorating.
Question from Liam Cole, last couple now. What's Mark Warburton like as a manager? What's he like to play under?
What's it like? What's the gaffer like to play under? He's a good manager. He wants us to play football, you know, and that's one thing I'll say. You know, obviously I'm a player for the club. I'm a supporter for the club, and I can see what he wants to do. And sometimes it's easier for supporters to say, he doesn't know what he's doing, but I believe he knows what he's doing, you know, and that's football. When you're a player, you have to respect what the manager is going to implement. And obviously I see that side now because I do coaching. Before, I didn't know what kind of training sessions, what's the benefit of training sessions sometimes. But now my eyes are more open to the other side, coaching side. I see why they do certain things in training to gain us, to prepare us for games, you know. And I think the gaffer is a good manager. He's a good manager. There's nothing bad that I can say about him. Maybe he needs to play me more. That's the thing. I had to get that one in.
Yeah, you had to.
But there's no bad words that I can say about the gaffer. Yeah.
No. Got big respect for Mark Warburton. What have we got here? Who's the hardest worker in the team? That's from Tom Fogden.
The hardest worker in the team, I say, I mean, it depends because everyone trains well, everyone trains hard. But one person in particular that I see is Charlie, the young Charlie, you know, striker. He always do a little extra.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Charlie
after training, even when we do extra finishing, when everyone leaves, he will stay behind, take penalties, or do his own little shooting drill, and I like that from that. I like that from someone. Obviously he's young, but he still wants to be better. And I'll be honest with you, I think he's one of the best finishers at the club. But he's still young at the moment. But from what I've seen from the coaching side, maybe people might say, "Well, no, it's Charlie Austin." Yes, he's a finisher because he's playing games. But from what I see, young Charlie is up there with one of the best finishers.
Oh, that's what we like to hear. Hopefully, you can get a good run in the side, just like yourself. We'll go to the last question then. Last question. Where is your favourite position? Where are we hoping to see you? Where do you feel like you can benefit this QPR side most?
For me, my favorite position, if you know me as a player, I'm a winger, and that's where I play, either left or right. But I prefer the right wing most of the time. Okay. That's where I deliver crosses. I can deliver on the left, but I prefer the right side. But at the moment, when you look at the team, we're playing wing backs, so there's no space for wingers, which that's where I'm a bit frustrated as a player. I'm thinking, how am I going to get in this team? I'm working hard, trying to get in the team, but that's the manager's philosophy of making the team solid, whereas other players might think, oh, I'm not playing. Why is the manager doing this? But there's reasons why he's playing a back five if you look at it, because we're playing with wing backs, and sometimes he might even put me. I think the last game I come on left wing back.
That's what I was going to say. Do you kind of, because obviously Proudest Samuel was featuring that left-sided wing back. Could you see yourself sort of having a go in wing back, trying to fill his sort of boots, or?
If I'm called up upon, I can play what position. It's down to the manager at the end. Like I say, if it's 4-4-2, I'm sure the manager will put me on a wing. But at the moment, he's doing a different shape. So I have to sort of adapt, because I want to play every game. As players, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 35, you want to play every game, and don't get me wrong, I'm a supporter, but I want to play every game. And that's the truth. But sometimes you have to respect the manager's decision, what he's doing. And there's reasons behind it, like I said. But
yeah, of course,
my favorite position is the right wing.
Fair play. Fair enough. Well, I think that'll be a wrap for the Q&A. Thank you to everybody who has jumped in the stream. If you haven't already, go down there, drop it a like. Thank you very much to Unks for joining me. Very much appreciate it. Any last words you want to give out to those QPR fans watching the stream?
Guys, just keep supporting the hoops, the mighty hoops, just like myself. I know it's a great privilege that I'm playing for the team that I love, but keep supporting the lads, because trust me, they're unbelievable. We're trying our best out here. I'm not making no excuses. Yes, there's games that we should win and we're losing, but I'm sure that we'll turn that around. We're going to try and push. We're going to try our best to push for the playoffs. I know it's still halfway, but we know we're going to try our best and try and achieve the playoff. And that's the ambition. As players, we want to reach the top, so we have to chase the playoffs. So just keep believing in us, guys.
That's what we like to hear. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody jumping in the stream. And enjoy the rest of your evening. And hopefully we'll see you out against Watford.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.